Now there are a few terms mentioned in the first line of main syllabus. Yes. You're asking something? Issues pertaining to planning and mobilization of resources. Have you seen the syllabus? So first one is inclusive growth, then Indian economy and issues related to planning, mobilization of resources, growth, development and employment. So we'll discuss employment separately because it requires a lot of methodologies to calculate employment. So here we'll discuss planning and mobilization of resources. So in today's class we'll end this topic, planning and mobilization of resources, because we'll discuss from the first 5-year plan to 12th 5-year plan. In brief, you have already we can say we have already discussed all the scenarios from independence to 2018. So I'll just specify the important points in the planning era. 1, 2, 3, like we go to till 12th 5-year plan, then we'll compare Planning Commission and Niti Aayog in their working. Other factual information you will find in your printed notes, like Deputy Chairman of Niti Aayog, Chairman of Niti Aayog, there are 4 permanent members, all these things, there's no point of discussion. So we'll discuss the conceptual part of Niti Aayog versus Planning Commission. Then we'll discuss what are the benefits of having Niti Aayog and what Niti Aayog has been achieving since its implementation in the year or establishment in the year 2015. Okay, clear? So your right topic is planning. So with the establishment of Planning Commission on 15th March 1950, India started its planning process. Planning Commission was a constitutional body. No, extra constitutional, non-constitutional. Extra एक ही बात है, non-constitutional. It means it was established by an executive order. So Planning Commission was also not a statutory body. Do you know what is the difference between statutory body? It must be passed by some law, like SEBI. SEBI established in the year 1988, but get the statutory status in the year 1992. So Planning Commission was not a constitutional body. So we have started our planning process in the year 1951 with the starting of first 5-year plan. So you write first 5-year plan 1951 to 56. I'll make you write few points, like 2 to 3 lines for every plan. It was based on Harrod-Domar model, 2 economists. In 1939, Harrod gave, and in 1946, Domar gave, British and American economist. You should not bother about these things. Harrod-Domar model, the concept behind Harrod-Domar model was incremental capital output ratio. You remember capital output ratio? We have discussed. So that is just I word means incremental. It means the changes in capital output ratio. Just for the sake of understanding. Delta means change. So this is a formula of ICOR. You should write this. Important point. Because investment models is the part of our main syllabus. So this was the first model India implemented. Always an important one. Delta means change. Change in capital upon change in output is known as incremental capital output ratio. What was the idea behind Harrod-Domar model? If you want to calculate national income, this was the main phenomena behind Harrod-Domar model, saving upon incremental capital output ratio. So the amount of saving is important in this model. We'll write one focus area of every plan. So the focus area of the first 5-year plan was on agriculture. The reason is very obvious. Why? We've discussed yesterday. Maximum population engaged at that time on this primary sector for their livelihood. Around 75% of the population engaged in agriculture sector, and the contribution around 60%. That is, there are few other points like consolidation of Indian economy, reconstruction after the partition and Second World War. All these things were the main we can say highlight of this plan, but main focus was on agriculture sector. But the question arises, Harrod-Domar model belongs to Western developed capitalist country. And what do you think that this model, which is there for Western capitalist country, is important, or how we can implement this model on India? What was the thinking behind the policy, behind the mind of the policy makers? Why we have chosen this Harrod-Domar model, which Harrod and Domar himself said that this model is for capitalist developed countries. Obviously, from the face it is seen it's a big blunder. We cannot try and test it for the 5 years. If something is not working, we'll change in 1 year. But plan, consider has been a successful one, because the target growth rate was 2.1% and we have achieved 3.6%. We cannot say that plan was a failure. Plan was very successful. There are two models, focused on capital goods or focus on wage goods. What we can say, wage goods का substitute क्या है? There is consumption goods. So we have two types of goods, capital goods and consumer goods. But in economics we say wage goods, because wage goods are used for self-consumption, we can say. So Harrod-Domar model, we can easily say, because in economics literature this is still a criticism. But the main focus of this model was on capital output ratio. Capital output ratio. Do you remember the definition of capital output ratio? The amount of capital we required in order to produce one extra unit of output. That is incremental capital output ratio. We have seen the concept in the last class. So ICOR was the main focus, because India was a developing country, or India is a developing country, but at that time we can say underdeveloped country. So we do not have any good infrastructure. So at that time we were just focusing on reducing capital per output. Getting my point? And the second focus point was saving. Indians are always good in savings. So we always save, and so that mobilization of resources works pretty well in this part. When you save more, you can create more deposit, and then you can create more credit. But the question arises at that time, was there any formal sector of formal financial sector? No. But savings do exist. That is in current scenario as well as in the year 1951. So you write 1 or 2 lines for this. The first 5-year plan was mainly for the agricultural sector. The first 5-year plan was mainly for the agricultural sector, based on Harrod-Domar model. Based on Harrod-Domar model. Full stop. The policymakers was trying to reduce the capital output ratio of investment in bracket you write domestic investment. domestic investment. So we've written this formula. Then move on to the second 5-year plan. Second 5-year plan, the time period was 1956 to 1961. How does this model
Sort of ideology that we adopted in our constitution or in economy, how did this model, the first one?
Harrod-Dumar model? The model was based on capital output ratio. So the policymakers were focused only on capital output ratio, the amount of capital we are investing in agriculture sector and the amount of output we are getting from that particular sector. So it's all about capital and output ratio based on the foundation of savings in the economy. So nothing distribution, because poverty prevailed at that time also. The main result, we can say the fruitful result we got from this first 5-year plan was the agriculture growth, because feeding our population was the biggest challenge in the first 5-year plan after the problem of partition. So just to give enough food, that is a necessity. So on this point the plan was very successful, but the twist comes here. The second 5-year plan, very important, because it changed the scenario of Indian industry, Indian economy, was based on Mahalanobis model. And the focus area basic and heavy industry. So the main focus area was on industries. Now, do you have any question regarding this? Is there any something that clicked in your mind? We've changed the focus area in just 5 years from agriculture to industry. The Mahalanobis model is a model for basic and heavy industry. The concept behind this model said that we should invest in capital goods, machinery that will be used for further production. So in the first 5-year plan, we focused on mainly, we can say, consumer goods, because we were just thinking about feeding our population. But in the second 5-year plan, drastically shift happened. What was that shift? Shift from agriculture to industry, and that too not small industry, basic and heavy industry. What's the meaning of basic industry? The industry belongs to iron and steel. So in 1950s, basic industry means iron and steel, because iron and steel industries were helpful in producing further goods. Getting my point? But now, what is the repercussion, what we can say, when we switched directly from agriculture to industry? This was the example of first FDI in India. The plants like Durgapur, Rourkela and Bhilai, set up with the assistance of Britain, USSR and USA, was the example of first FDI in India. So we have installed 3 big industrial plants: Bhilai, Rourkela and Durgapur. So it means at that time the requirement of heavy investment was the need of the hour. But from where you will arrange those funds? Again the problem arises of capital. Getting my point? We have enough talked about labor force. Now we are moving towards capital. So there were not many revenue resources like income tax, service tax, nothing was there. And you are investing crores and crores of rupees to establish these big industries. Remember our discussion of unbalanced growth? That was the example. You've invested in 3 big industries, industrial plant, and you invested heavy amount of money, and that will result in a gestation period of around 20 years, 25 years. Remember gestation period? That period between first investment and first profit. So long gestation period. Was India in the position to afford this kind of capital locked in a particular sector, particular areas, particular industry? There was an alternative model to Mahalanovich model. But at that time, the influence of Calcutta school was more in comparison to Bombay school. There were 2 important schools in economics at the time of independence, Calcutta school and Bombay school. So he belongs to Calcutta school. The lot of policy makers, we can say that belongs to that particular region, the thinking, the ideology. Now in the second 5-year plan, there was a problem of excessive socialistic commitment. Excessive socialistic commitment. We have already discussed that before 1991, India adopted the pattern of mixed economy but tilted towards socialistic pattern of society. It means government should control major resources and private sector was not considered as matured enough to take those resources and do business in our country. Getting a point? So we have invested a lot of capital into it. So you write few points. The second 5-year plan was based on Mahalanobis model. The second 5-year plan was based on Mahalanobis model. The main focus area was on basic and heavy industries. Basic and heavy industries which assisted in further production of goods and services. India established 3 important industrial plants. So you write Bhilai, Rourkela, Durgapur. Shall I write this pehle? Bhilai, Rourkela and Durgapur. So Chhattisgarh, Odisha and West Bengal respectively. With the assistance of foreign countries. In bracket you write first FDI. The plan struggled with the problem of huge capital shortage, excessive socialistic commitments, long gestation period, etc. Next line. The investment in heavy industries locked up India's crucial capital that would have been used that would have been used in other areas like anti-poverty program, comma, removing unemployment, comma, providing basic necessities, etc. Now just listen carefully. We have shifted from agriculture to industry. Scenario must be clear in your mind. Now what happened to agriculture in this second 5-year plan? That was the main question. What happened to agriculture? The neglected scenario, the neglected part of this particular plan was totally on agriculture sector. So we have seen the dip in agriculture production as well as in agriculture productivity. And we were not able to shift our labor force from agriculture to industry. So this was the starting point of that problem, which we are still facing. So if the question comes, write the genesis of this particular shift from agriculture directly to services. So it has started from this point. We have shifted suddenly, not gradually. And India was not in a position to absorb that shift or sudden shift. Clear? So last point you write.
So we can say it was not a right step.
It was not a right step, yes. That's why in the 7th 5-year plan, I'll teach today, we've changed the strategy. आप पढ़ रहे हैं कि एक सब्जेक्ट पहले फिनिश करेंगे पूरा, थोड़े दिन बाद रियलाइज होता है यार इस स्पीड से तो एक साल में नहीं हो पाएगा. So we've changed the methodology. Like we should read every subject at least, we cannot leave any subject. At least in a week we should revise every week, every subject. Monday polity, Tuesday other, ऐसे कर करके सारी चीज़ें. So you are also trying some kind of models to study. ठीक है? Sometimes you read optional before. I mean this period is the best part for preparing optional. Some people are preparing between pre and mains. होता है उनका, देखा है मैंने. They are just reading GS till preliminary. Idea लग ही जाता है that you will qualify preliminary. Yeah, you will roundabout near cut off. So they have started optional. Obviously वो optional रहता है जो आपके graduation में हो या आप पढ़े हुए हो. Then they read optional for 3 months plus GS for 1 hour 2 hour, newspaper plus revision of your notes. Just go in the mains, optional में around 350. That's it. Selection. This is one of the model. Other model is prepare optional right now till November. Then optional को एक तरफ रख दो. Then you read just for preliminary exam. Then revise optional between the preliminary and the result of preliminary. You will get around 1 month. Then the situation comes into the picture that what is the result. These are two types of model. So like for example, we have implemented Mahalanobis model. The alternative model to this Mahalanobis model was Vakil Brahmananda model. We'll discuss in that investment model portion of our syllabus. Just opposite to this. What I've dictated that India would have been focusing on some other parts like providing basic necessity, focusing on anti-poverty program. Maybe we can say by this time the poverty level in India has been, or we can say that the poverty or level of unemployment in our country may be down when we compare to other periods of 50s, 60s and 80s. But by just investing heavy capital into this, we have created inequality in our country. That is one of the important conclusions. We are talking about inclusive growth in the 21st century. The concept of inclusive growth should come here. Okay? So that's it for this.
Positive side of this model.
What are the positive side of this model? We have invested heavy capital, but we have some kind of industries of iron and steel, so that we are able to establish other industries of consumer goods later in 70s and 80s. So that when we opened our economy, I'll tell you the positive aspect when we study liberalization. So at the time of liberalization, when we opened our economy, we have attracted foreign capital. At that time, we have a little bit industrial base. That is very much required in order to provide capital goods to MSMEs. Because these are the industries, they are not providing consumer goods. They are providing capital goods. These are big machines, big industries producing capital goods for further production. These are the positive aspects. But mainly we criticize planning commission. If you get the question, criticize the planning process implemented since independence. Criticize the planning process before reform. You will not get the question of positive aspect. Clear? Because in Indian Economic Service, they are frequently asking the question of planning. But they are not asking any positive aspect. Because these plans actually was not a very good option. Plan, non-plan, differentiation between plan and non-plan expenditure. So in these plans, we have a lot of non-plan expenditures. We'll discuss it later. So you write, next one is third 5-year plan. (1961 to 66). Now what do you think? What was the focus area? If you are the part of policy making activity, first you focused on agriculture, now you have scenario that you have shifted to industry. Then what will be the step in the year 1961? No, sorry. We didn't have the infrastructure to book. Yeah, we can say on both agriculture and industry. That was the focus area of 61-66, that is third 5-year plan. Focus area was on both agriculture and industry. So you write. Actually, this model was based on Dr. Gadgil model, but we'll not write because we have John Muller model, but these are not important. First two important models are vital for the examination purpose. Big models, Harrod-Domer and Mahalanobis. We have a lot of models. John Muller model based on 8th 5-year plan, architectural wage model on 7th plan. So there are a number of models. But important one is these two. Focus on agriculture and industry. Now this plan was totally a failure. By this time, Indian government got to know that we have committed a blunder. We invested a lot of capital in industries, locked up the capital there. We were struggling with the balance of payment crisis in the year 1957. So by this time, it was getting worse and worse. We have suffered 2 consecutive wars, we can say, with 62 with China and 65 with Pakistan. Then the problem of drought in the year 1965. Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. Do you remember the slogan? So because of that drought, famous drought, then we implemented Green Revolution. So again you understand the core of the issue, that it was a necessity to implement Green Revolution. On the same lines that 1991 economic reforms was also a necessity. Getting my point? So third 5-year plan, you write few lines. It was focused on, you write, it focused on both agriculture and industry. Focused on both agriculture and industry in order to provide food for the population, as well as making policy in the continuation of, second 5-year plan. Full stop. Third 5-year plan was a failure. Third 5-year plan was a failure due to certain circumstances. Due to certain circumstances. So write point wise 1, 2, 3. First point. India encountered 2 wars. India encountered 2 wars. That is 1962 with China and 1965 with Pakistan. Second point. Major drought in the year 1965. Major drought in the year 1965. Third one. India's external position. India's external position was not of a satisfactory position. In bracket you write balance of payment deficit. Balance of payment deficit. Fourth one. Fourth. India devalued its currency. India devalued its currency by 57%. By 57%. So India devalued its currency for 3 times in the history of our economy. First in 1948, second in 1966, third one in 1991. 3 times we had to devalue our currency. 1948, 1966, 1991. Why we haven't done devaluation after 1991? And this will never come again. Only 3 years. Then RBI devalued its currency. So after 1991, we have changed the exchange rate system from fixed to floating. So now in floating, you will experience depreciation, not devaluation. Getting my point? तो अब कोई सिचुएशन नहीं है कि 3 बार ही है. ठीक है? So write the criticism of this plan. India was struggling with the acute shortage of capital. India was struggling with the acute shortage of capital since 1951. Since 1951. Due to the problems of low tax base, low level of income, less distributional effect of GDP, presence of informal sector, etc., led to the deterioration in India's economic position.